And find your breath. This is Embodied Power, so we will be moving slowly, and our intention today is to work our body in a way that allows for us to be open in our heart, in our mind, open to each other, open to new and maybe even differing ideas. Really just the ability to stay open when so much of what is happening in our world makes us want to close completely down. So as you do find your breath, let your breath remind you to stay open. Notice that every inhale that you take is encouraging greater expansion, right? Greater length to the spine. You'll feel each inhale lift your rib cage up. You don't have to do this with your shoulders. Your breath just does it for you, if you allow it, right? And as you exhale, instead of recompressing and closing back down, use your exhale to find the inner strength to stay open, right? Hug every part of that inner body back towards your spine. And then on the inhale, expand away from your spinal line, even more than you did on the last in-breath. Keep your eyes relaxed, and with your eyes closed, make sure you're gazing at your body from the vantage point of your mind's eye. Let's go ahead and bring the arms down alongside the torso. The palms will face forward. Thumbs will point out to either side of the room. And you are decidedly, right, opening your chest more. You're rotating your shoulders, your arms rather, through the shoulder sockets so that the shoulders open and widen away from one another. It doesn't mean we're overarching our back to do that, right? Your back doesn't have to do anything to get your shoulders to open. You just have to make sure that your shoulders are opening independently of your back. Draw the shoulders down your back, shoulder blades down your back. Check in with your sit bones. Make sure that sit bones aren't pointing out. They're still drawing down. They're also not tucking under. Keep your body open and receptive, strong at the same time. Inner strength, outer openness. Think of your body as a receptive vessel that we're going to encourage to be even more receptive today. Think of every pose opening up your heart center in some way, shape, or form. Take one final inhale, and everybody reach your arms even further away from your torso. You can open your eyes here. Once your arms come up to the shoulders, we're going to turn the palms face up. Once your palms turn face up, draw the shoulder blades down your back even more. Do that again, decidedly. Don't be like, well, let's see if they'll do it. No, make them do it. And then once you find that, keep the shoulder blades drawing down the back as you begin to bring your arms up. So slow down. So as the arms are rising, there's a lot more arm strength that you need to bring the arms up while keeping the shoulder blades drawing down the back. Take an inhale here. Extend your arms strongly toward the sky. Exhale, dive forward and fold it in. Hands come all the way down to the ground. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold your crown back down toward your toes. Root down and rise up. Sweep the arms over your head. Shoulder blades drawing down the back. Take it even more slowly. Good. And again, exhale, dive forward, going back into your standing forward fold. Inhale, extend your spine again. Lengthen forward. Exhale, fold. Reach your crown back down to your toes. Make sure your hips stay over your heels. Root down, rise up, sweep the arms out. Turn your palms face up. Shoulder blades draw down as the arms rise. And one more time, dive forward on a strong exhalation here. Hands down to the ground. Shake any tension out of your neck, head, and shoulders. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Head back down toward your toes. Root down, rise up, sweep the arms overhead. Inhale, take a little back bend here if you'd like. Did your shoulders stay down? And exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. Let's move on to A series. Sweep the arms up, turn palms up, shoulder blades draw down, down, down as the arms rise. I want you to feel this in your arms tomorrow. Exhale, dive forward. Abs are engaging, slow down that dive. At the end of the exhale, hands come to the floor to fold it in. Inhale, extend into a flat back position. You may need to bend your knees here. or hands to your shins, or both. Then plant your palms, jump back or walk back to your plank position. Take a high plank as you inhale. And as you exhale, lower slowly to chaturanga. Inhale into your up dog. And exhale back to your downward facing dog. Move slowly, move with your core strength. And notice how this pose supports openness in the body. Are you feeling open? Are you feeling light or heavy? If you're feeling some heaviness, remember that you can root down with the palms to rise up out of the elbows and the wrists. If you are feeling heavy through the pelvis, if the pelvis feels like it's descending toward the ground, remember you have all that strength in the front of the pelvis and the lower abdomen. Just hollow it out and lift the weight of your pelvis up. If you feel like your leg bones are heavy, engage your quadriceps and pull the thigh bones back so that this becomes a pose of traction for your body. Take a final exhale here in down dog. Once you are empty, jump or walk your feet back to the top of your mat. Inhale, find some length, half lift. Exhale, fold, head back down toward your toes, hips over your heels. Root down, sweep the arms out, slowly start to rise. Turn the palms face up, inhale, shoulder blades draw down as the arms rise up. And exhale, dive forward again, right back into your forward fold. Weight moving forward into the fronts of your feet as you dive. Move as slowly as you can. Hands come to the ground, the crown of your head draws down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, bend the knees if you need to. Jump back or walk back to your plank pose again. Exhale down to Chaturanga Dandasana, lower slowly. Inhale, draw the elbows back, lift the heart, up dog. And exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Hips to the ceiling. Take an inhale, take 5 more breaths. Breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your nose. Draw the breath in with the muscles of your throat. Huge inhale into the back of your body. Start to puff up your back ribs. Exhale, engage your abdominals. Knit your ribs, the front of your ribs closer together. And start to root your heels down even more into the floor. Make sure that your neck is neutral. Your ears are lining up with your biceps. Claw the floor with your fingertips a bit more. Take one final exhale here. And then jump or walk your feet back to the top of your mat. Inhale, extend, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold, reach your crown down toward your toes. Root down, rise up, sweep the arms up, palms turn up as you inhale. Take a back bend if you'd like. And one more time, exhale, dive forward. Slowly, slowly, slowly lowering. Resisting the pull of gravity. Shin bones forward, hands to the floor. Abs are strong, pull the ribs in. Inhale, undulation. Extend your spine. Jump back or walk back to your plank pose again. Exhale to Chaturanga, lower slowly. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back slowly to down dog. 5 more breaths in downward facing dog. Hips up, heels down. Check in with your abs. You can even look for a moment. Make sure you don't keep your neck that way. Look to see if you can see your abdominals. If you can, if the belly's just kind of hanging down, right? I know we've all been working a little bit on stoking those fires. But even if you feel like the flesh is hanging down a bit, you've got to make sure your abs, the muscles underneath the fleshier part of the belly, are absolutely engaged here. So it doesn't matter, except that we want to make sure that the lower core is supporting you here. Take one final exhale. We're working on our inner strength to support that outer openness. Once you are empty, jump or walk your feet back to the top of your mat. Inhale to extend. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees now, weight into your heels, rise up for Utkatasana, sitting down into a chair that's a little too far behind you. I'm going to have you bring your hands to your thighs now. Pull the elbows back. Feel the front of your body is stretching, so your abdominal wall is not working as much here. It's your back muscles that are doing the work now. Sit back, draw the sit bones down. Notice how I'm not tucking under here, but I'm not over swinging the pelvis back either. So pelvis down, sit bones down. Open chest, draw elbows back. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, keep your hands on your thighs and pour your torso forward. Make sure your hands are not on your knees. Right on the belly of the quads here. Push your hands into your thighs. Push your thighs back so that you feel a better stretch on your hamstrings. Keep the sit bones, bony parts of the buttocks, drawing down. Draw sit bones down. Doesn't mean we're tucking under again. It does mean we're activating and toning the lower core. But if you would like to now, bring your hands from your thighs down to your heels, back to the Achilles tendons. Wrap your elbows behind your knees here. Push your forearms into your calves and push your shin bones forward. Notice how the back of your heart center is now wide open. Take a breath into the space between your shoulder blades. A deep inhale into your upper back and into the spaces between your back ribs, right? Get those upper back ribs breathing with you. Take a final strong exhale here, pushing forearms into calves. Calves move your shin bones forward. Keep moving your thigh bones back at the same time. Now release your hands. We're going to move into a V series from here. Extend your spine, plant your palms, jump back or walk back into your plank pose. Exhale down to chaturanga. Inhale into your upward facing dog. And exhale, stand up onto your toes and press it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. As you exhale, right knee comes in slowly towards your forehead. Inhale, lift, right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to forehead, forehead to knee, round your back. And one more time, inhale, lift the leg. Make it longer, make it stronger. Exhale, knee to forehead, forehead to knee. Once you are empty, step your foot through your hands, press your back heel flat. Root down, sweep the arms over your head. Warrior one. Now, you guys stay there. I'm going to come out of this because I've been doing yoga literally all day. But I want you to feel what it feels like to be in this warrior pose today. Notice that it's called warrior, and yet there's no shield here. We have our entire, the softest and most, let's call it vulnerable parts of ourselves are wide open in our warrior. This is a yoga warrior. That we have the strength enough to be open, right? We know we're strong internally. We've started to find it. We've started to even rely on our inner strength. And then we start to notice, oh, our inner strength actually opens us up. It doesn't close us down. It doesn't really prevent things from happening. It gives us the strength to allow, right? And to stay open while things are happening. So taking one final inhale, let the heart rise toward the heavens just a bit more. Exhale, bring both hands down to the ground. Step your right leg all the way back to meet your left leg. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale to chaturanga. Lowering down, inhale into your up dog. Let the elbows draw back. Exhale, stand up onto your toes, press it back to down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Exhale, bring your knee underneath you to your forehead. Again, inhale, extend, left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to forehead, forehead to knee. One more time, lift the left leg. And exhale, bring the knee in. Once you are empty, step your foot through your hands, press the back heel flat, sweep the arms over your head, and move back into your warrior one. Cultivate more openness. The heart is open. Your solar plexus is wide open. Your belly, your soft belly is open. If you feel like you need to use your abs here, find a way to use your back instead. If you feel like you're tensing up those shoulders, just take your arms out a little wider. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Keep rooting down through the soles of both feet here. Take another deep breath in. See if maybe you can grow taller, maybe you can feel even more open, more exposed, more vulnerable even, and strong enough to support yourself in that vulnerability. Exhale, both hands back to the earth. Step your left leg slowly back. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale down through your vinyasa, or move right into downward facing dog. Once you get into down dog, take 5 breaths. Slow, deep, rich inhales. Long, strong exhale. Take a final breath here. Exhale to empty out completely. Once you are empty, jump your feet or walk your feet back to the top of your mat. Inhale into neutral spine. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees again, weight into your heels, rise up for Utkatasana. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, slowly undulate forward. Jump or walk back to your plank pose. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, lower slowly. Inhale, up dog, or take a low cobra here. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog, hips up to the sky. Inhale, lift your right leg up. And as you exhale, this time we're gonna bring your right knee to our right elbow. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. One more time, inhale, right leg up. And exhale, right knee in. Once you are empty, bring your right knee back behind your right ankle. Right behind your right wrist. Slide your left leg back. Take a full inhale here. As you exhale, straighten your body to the left. You're gonna reach your arms to the left here. And I'm gonna come off camera if I do that. Go ahead and lie your left hip bone down on the ground to the best of your ability. And just take 2 breaths into this wide open belly, especially the left side of your lower belly and the left side of your pelvis, the front of the pelvis. Good, take 1 more deep breath in. As you exhale, please contract your left glutes and your left hamstrings to push the left thigh bone more firmly into the ground. Good, now come up, halfway up off of that, so we're gonna push down with the palms, step onto the left toes, and now bring your right knee back in towards your right armpit. Hold here, breathe here, feel this. Then take 1 more exhale. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, press your left heel flat to the mat, and bring that left arm up into extended right angle pose. You can also bring your right elbow to your right thigh, and bring your left arm over your left ear. You could take your Nalgene bottle here, or your yoga block, and use the prop there to keep you open as well. The shoulder is as far away from the ear as possible. And the outer edge of your left foot is really rooting down here. Take an inhale here in extended right angle pose. Now transfer onto this right leg. We're going to bring the prop underneath our right shoulder. Keep the left arm lifting and lift the left leg up as well. Ardha Chandrasana. Breathing as deeply as you can. Slowing down our breath to give you time to make sure that you are supporting the openness as much as you can on a long, expansive inhale, and then giving yourself the inner strength to stay open, taking that longer, stronger exhale here. 1 more inhale in Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, bend your right knee, place your left foot down, leave the prop there, and move up into a warrior 2. Reconnect to your breath. Slow everything down. Good. Make sure that both heels are rooting firmly into the ground. Draw the knees open. Keep the sit bones plugging down into the earth. Take 1 more inhale in your warrior 2. Please notice again, this is another warrior, and yet no armor, no shield, no nothing except inner strength. Everything is so wide open here. It's a little ridiculous, right? If you think about it. Take 1 final inhale. Exhale, windmill those arms down. Palms on the mat. Step your right leg back to meet your left leg. Take an inhale in this position. Exhale, move into Chaturanga. Down into your Chaturanga, into up dog on your inhale, and back to a downward facing dog on your exhale. I am done with the Chaturanga and the up dog for today. You guys can still do it. Let's lift the left leg up on your inhale. Exhale, bring your left knee slowly to your left elbow now. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Both elbows are bending. One more time, lift the left leg. Reach it further back. Bring your left knee to your left elbow. Hold here, slide that right foot back. Now bring your left knee back behind your left wrist, slide the right foot back even further. Walk your arms to the right and lower your right hip bone down to the ground. You're on the top of your right foot as well, not the pads of your toes. Walk your arm to the right, lay your ribs on the ground. I'm not gonna go there or I'll disappear off of view here. But do make sure that your right glutes are contracting. Your right hamstrings are contracting. And we're taking the time to just open this right hip, the front of our right hip, our right groin area, even more, right from the very beginning. Take a final exhale. Maybe we can feel a little more engagement there, so that you do feel this nice stretch from your right hip bone all the way up underneath your right ribs. Good, and then come back up onto the palms. Come up into that halfway lift, step up onto the pads of your right toes. Keep your elbows bent slightly. And bring your left knee back to where we had it, right? Left knee up as close to the left armpit as possible. Hold here, breathe here, feel that strength work happening there. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Press your right heel flat. And bring your left elbow to your left thigh. For extended right angle pose again. Left elbow to left thigh. For extended right angle. You can always bring your block or your bolster or your Nalgene bottle or whatever you're using today as a yoga prop underneath your left hand while your right arm reaches to the sky. We're not sinking into the prop. We're just using it to bring the floor a little closer to our hand, right? Notice how you could sink into your shoulder. It's super easy. Stay out of that left shoulder. Stay in your obliques. Extended right angle means we do want to find some more length. So if you'd like to, increase that long line by reaching your right arm over your right ear. Go ahead, take one final inhale here, open the chest. Now transfer onto your left foot. Bring that bolster or block or whatever it is underneath your left hand and lift your right leg up. Stay there and come back in and move into and stay in Ardha Chandrasana. Breathing as deeply as you can here. Remember that standing on one leg is no reason to hold your breath. In fact, in this wide open posture again, this is a really great opportunity to practice breathing even more deeply. We're in a precarious position, right? We don't feel that safe and that stable. Can you breathe deeply anyway? Take one final inhale. Keep rooting back through your right foot. Exhale, step your right foot all the way back. Leave your prop where it is and move up into your warrior two. Keep the left knee tracking to the left. Keep the outer edge of your right foot rooting down. Make sure your arms are strong, triceps are engaging. Draw the shoulder blades down, your back again. Please make sure you're breathing here. Especially notice how open you are. Breathe into all of that openness. Breathe to the back of your body while it is also open. Take one final inhale into back ribs, into the back of your heart center, and of course into the front of the heart as well. Windmill both arms, bring your hands down alongside your left foot, move your prop. Step your left foot back to meet your right foot, take an inhale here. And exhale, make your way through your vinyasa. Taking it back eventually to your downward facing dog. And take 5 more breaths right here. As you take your final exhale, dive a bit deeper still. Jump or walk your feet back to the top of your mat. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold crown to your toes. Hips over heels. Good, bend your knees, weight back into your heels, rising up for Utkatasana. One more time, let's do one more B series here. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, undulating your spine. Jump back or walk back to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in down dog. Exhale all the air out. Plug your navel in towards your spine. Right where you feel the most strength happening, where you feel the most plugged in, imagine that your right leg starts at that place and extend your right leg up and back into three-legged down dog, connected to your inner strength. Stay here and just hold the right leg up this time. If you feel a disconnect, right, the leg just feels like it's heavy, fine, plug in again. Find your belly, draw it in and up. And then imagine that your right leg starts and originates at that point where you feel the most plugged in. Take an inhale here, lift the leg higher. Exhale, bring right knee to left elbow. Both elbows are bent. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, bring your knee to your elbow. One more time, inhale, lift the right leg. And exhale, bring it in. And slide your right leg underneath you to the left wall. Lift your left arm up and move into a Bhaskasana variation here. Bend your right elbow. If this is too much, you can bring your right knee to the ground underneath your right hip. Open your chest here. Breathe as deeply as you can. Take one final inhale here. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Slide your right knee in towards your chest again. Step your right foot all the way through your hands. Then grab your block or your bolster or your Nalgene bottle. Place it in front of you and place your right hand on that bottle. And you can bring both hands to the bottle if you'd like, and then bring your left leg up. Extending your spine here. Hug in with your right inner thigh, hug in with your left inner thigh. Make sure, and I have a chair here as well. You could actually use a chair or even a sofa to do the same pose. But make sure that your spine is extended here. And then work on getting your chest to actually lower a bit as your leg rises. So this is a supported butterfly pose. You can always do this in full butterfly without using props. Take one final inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to bring both hands back down. Step the left leg all the way back to the very back of your mat. Keep your left hand on the floor. Inhale, open up to the right side of the room into a twisting lunge. Bend your right elbow and open up the chest. Again, check in with your inner thighs here. Make sure that both of your inner thighs are hugging into midline. Dial the right sit bone back, hug both inner thighs in, and point left hip bone down. Keep pushing back through the inner heel of your left foot. And find a way to stay open in your chest here. It's really easy to cave in this position, right? But do let your chest in this pose just open right up. Take a final inhale here. Exhale, bring your right hand to the left side of your right foot. Drop onto your forearms. And again, if you have a block, place the block underneath your forearms. I'm going to use the rolled up yoga mat here. Placing my forearms on the rolled up yoga mat. You can also use a bolster or a pillow. Low lunge. In this pose, super easy to close down the heart. You do actually need a little bit of pectoral strength here. So with your forearms on the ground or on the bolster, you may just want to start breathing into the back of your heart center. That's a valid response as well, right? So please feel free to look at how we're not just breathing to the sternum, but to all parts of that open heart today. But take 3 more breaths here. Deep inhales, expansive inhales followed by long, strong reminders that we are strong enough to support ourselves in this position. Take a final strong exhale here. Push back a little more through the left heel. Bring your left knee to the ground and sit back. You're going to straighten out your right leg and pull your right toes toward the crown of your head. Inhale here, keep your hips up off of your left heel. And drape your body over your right leg. Please allow your neck to relax, your shoulders to relax. Abs are not relaxing.
Your back is rounding. We need the abs to stay strong. Good. Again, look at the back of your heart center, wide open. Breathe all the way up into your back, upper back, middle back, and even into your lower back. One final exhale to engage your abs even more. And then come back to where we started. Move your prop out of the way for a moment. Palms on the ground. Step your right leg back. Meet your left leg. Take an inhale here. Exhale, move to chaturanga. And then into your up dog. And then into your down dog. Lift your left leg. Actually, let's do this again. Let's find that inner strength. Both feet on the floor. Huge inhale here. Strong exhale to deepen our connection to core. Plug into that deepest place inside and imagine that your left leg originates from that place. Extend your leg from your center back toward the top of the wall behind you. Pull the toes back. Push down through the palms of your hands at the same time. Feel like you are pulling yourself apart strongly from your center. And feel how your inner strength is totally supporting you in that endeavor. One final inhale, lengthen your leg further back. Exhale, left knee to right elbow this time. Again, inhale, extend the left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. And one more time, inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Once you are empty, hold empty here, slide the left leg underneath you, and open up to the right side. We are in a vachi here. Make sure that as you arch away from the floor at any time, if you feel like you're sinking into the shoulder, that you decide to drop that lower knee instead. Okay? Please don't compromise your shoulder girdle there. Take another strong inhale, lift the heart, open up the chest here. Exhale, bring your right hand down. Step your left foot all the way through. Transfer onto your left foot. You can take a hold of the chair here if you'd like, or you can place your hands on the support, right, that is not quite as stable. And then bring your right leg back. The crown of your head draws down and forward. You can also take full butterfly here if you'd like. Stay in your pose, pull yourself apart in a diagonal line. Your foot is reaching higher, the crown of your head is drawing down. Open more. Use this pose to pull yourself apart. Increase length, increase openness. We're tractioning in this pose. Then keep your left foot where it is. Bring your right foot back. Take both hands to the right side of your left foot and drop onto your forearms again. If possible, bring your forearms all the way down to your mat. If that is not happening, bring your prop underneath your forearms. Keep with me. Strong, long exhales, just like we've been doing. Notice that where the stretch is, right? Oh, we forgot one. We forgot our twist. We'll do that in a sec. Notice that where the stretch is, it's easy to just sink into it, right? We don't want to do that, though. We want to support ourselves. We don't want to go too far too fast. So hug in. Lift yourself out of that deeper passive stretch into an active stretch here. One that requires your full participation and strength, inner strength, right? Now come back up onto the palms. Let's keep the right hand underneath the right shoulder. Lift your left arm up. We forgot about this twist. Really easy to sink into that lower shoulder again. Really easy to lock your right elbow. Please make sure that neither of those things are happening. And instead of using our joints, we're using a strong exhale to unravel our body even more. Keep hugging both inner thighs to midline. Strong, long exhale, push back through that right heel even more. Take one final inhale here, everybody. And exhale, both hands back to the floor. Step the left leg back to meet the right leg. Oh, I'm so sorry, we forgot this one. Drop onto your right knee and extend the left leg forward. Now keep your hips up off of that back heel. Make sure that your left thigh bone is coming right up out of your left hip. So it's not too far to the left and it's not too far to the right. Flex your foot. Inhale here. Exhale, drape your body over your left leg. Forehead to left shin. Connect to your stronger, longer exhale. Are your abs working? This is not the time for our abs to just be passive. Our back is rounding, right? Our spine is being asked to support our body weight if our core is not doing that. This is why we get injuries in our ligaments of the spine. We don't want to compromise our spine either. So just keep your abs strong. They can handle it. Know that your abs are strong enough to handle it. 2 more breaths here. Maybe allow your ribs to come closer to your left thigh. And 1 final exhale to dive just a little deeper still. Hands down to the floor again. This time now we will stand up onto the pads of our right toes. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Hold here in a high plank. Feel your core, feel your pecs, feel your biceps. And then with all of that strength, move it down into chaturanga. Inhale into your up dog. And exhale, press it back to your downward facing dog. Is this pose heavy or light? Is this pose compressing your body or decompressing your body? Is this pose good for you in this moment, or is the way that we are holding this pose not so good for us, right? We want to maintain a practice that is just supporting our best health, right? We're maintaining a practice to let the highest good happen. No compromising the joints, the breath, or any part of the body. Now let's go ahead and drop the knees down to the floor. As you inhale, extend your spine. Exhale to round your back. Bring your chin into the soft part of your throat. Tuck your tailbone and draw your sit bones towards your knees. Inhale, extend your spine. And exhale to round your back. Push the floor away with your palms. Chin comes in. 1 more time, inhale, extend. And exhale to round. And once you've rounded your back, let's cross our shins, walk the knees forward into the middle of your mat, and then sit back behind your heels until you come into a seated position with your legs extending forward. Take an inhale, hold on to the backs of your thighs, draw the elbows back, lift the heart up. Exhale to round your back, chin comes in. Inhale, elbows draw back, lift the heart. Exhale, round your back, abdominals engage. 1 more time, inhale, lift the heart. Hold here and hold open. Draw the elbows down. Please notice, close your eyes here. Notice if your shoulders are up around your ears or not. What does it take, for you to draw the shoulders away from your ears even more? What do you need to do? And what muscle groups do you need to activate? And when you do that, do you feel also the broadening across the chest? Do you feel more of a stretch in the front of your body? Now keep all of that happening, all of that awareness. Lean back, but don't change the pose. We're not leaning into rounding, right? Keep everything going. Lean back, lift your feet up, barely, off the floor, and then reach your fingers past your knees. Enliven your feet, open your chest. Let your abdominals shake if they're going to. It just means they're working and they're really working. It's nice, right? It's nice to have them working. Take 3 more breaths here. Please make sure we're not hunching the shoulders up again. It took a long time to figure out how to make that not happen, right? Take 1 final inhale here. As you exhale, make sure you again are in the middle of your mat. Hold on to the backs of your thighs and start to slowly roll your spine down, draw your knees in, and let your head drop comfortably to the floor. Once you are on the ground, rock side to side a few times. Massage your back into the ground. By the way, this rocking side to side across your ribs, I'd like you to spend a little more time doing this right now. It just helps break up the congestion in your lungs, right? And even if we're not infected with the virus, we want to make sure that we keep breaking up whatever we can in our lungs. So knees in very close right now. And then on your next exhalation, bring the soles of your feet flat to the mat. Take your arms alongside your torso. Take an inhale to open your chest even more. And as you exhale, scoop your pelvis off the floor, pressing the lumbar spine down. Do that 2 more times. Let your sacrum drop down and let the lumbar spine, the small of your back, arch away from the floor here. Exhale, scoop the pelvis up, press your lumbar spine down, point your sit bones towards your knees. Your abs will feel like they're getting a really good workout here. Do that 1 more time. Inhale, sacrum down. And exhale, scoop the pelvis up. Inhale, peel the rest of your spine off the floor, 1 vertebra at a time. Walk your arms underneath you and press your palms down into the mat. Now this is another pose that is very vulnerable. All of our soft parts, all of our internal organs, right? Normally you don't go into, and you're not a warrior unless you're completely covered, right? And completely protected. Our protection, yogis have this different protection, and that is their inner body, the strength of the inner core. What in Anusara Yoga that they refer to as inner body bright. I love that saying. This idea that we have this burning brightness within us that can support this outer softness, right? And when we allow ourselves to feel that brightness, we can stay in a pose a lot longer than we can just by using our brute strength. So we've been here in bridge for a while. Do you feel like you're ready to let go of that brute strength, the pushing and the forcing, and just really allow yourself to be in this pose? Letting your inner body be bright and be strong and be supported. See if you can find that for 3 more breaths. If you're not really feeling it and all you're feeling is pinching in your lower back, it means you're only letting your lower back do the work. You've got the entire back of your body and your inner strength, right, to support you in this greater openness. So use this last 1 breath, just 1 more breath, to go further, to open more, to challenge your inner strength to support you, and being even more receptive and open here. And then take your arms out from underneath you and very, very slowly roll your spine 1 vertebra at a time back down to the ground. Once your hips touch, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, pick up your feet, stack your knees directly over your hips. Take your right hand to your right thigh, your left hand to your left thigh. Huge breath in here. Exhale, push, hands into thighs, thighs back into that pressure. Draw the navel down toward your spine. Pushing your hands into your thighs and your thighs back into that pressure. Take another inhale. If you would like to, exhale, bring your head off the floor. Maybe your shoulders and maybe even your shoulder blades off the ground as well. And then again, push, hands into thighs, thighs back into hands. Hollow out the belly, draw the navel down. Scoop your pelvis off the floor or just intend to scoop the pelvis off the floor. Take another deep breath in here. Good. Exhale 1 more time. Push hands into thighs, thighs back into hands. Hollow out the belly, scoop the pelvis up or just send the message and release. Good. Drop your feet very gently back down to the floor. And then please point both knees over to the right side of the room. Your chest is open here. Take an inhale into this position. And as you exhale, see if the left knee can come any closer, the left inner knee can come any closer to the floor. Good, with your feet still coming back to center, your feet are still on the ground, your knees are pointed up to the ceiling. Take your inhale. Exhale, both knees draw over to the left. And as the knees draw to the left, your right inner knee comes closer to the ground. Huge breath in here. As you exhale, draw the right inner knee closer to the floor. Feel the stretch on the right outer thigh. Inhale, bring your knees back up to center. And now we're going to grab that rolled up mat again, or a block, or a pillow, or whatever you have. We're going to place this rolled up mat, or if you have a yoga block or whatever, place it in between your inner thighs, somewhere between your inner sit bones and your inner knees. All right, so squeezing that prop, whatever the yoga prop is, squeeze it tightly. Take an inhale here, extend your spine. Exhale, root down to your feet and lift the hips up again. Walk your arms underneath you. Press the palms down into the floor or bend your elbows and point your fingertips up toward the sky. Squeeze your block or your bolster or your rolled up mat Squeeze with your inner thighs and really squeeze. Again, it's not a maybe, let's see if it'll happen. It's a decided squeezing and hugging in. Draw the sit bones toward your block or your yoga prop. Because of the way we're using this prop, we're able to feel even greater elongation through the hip flexors and the top of the pelvis. Keep pushing down with the backs of your arms. Keep squeezing the bolster. Keep squeezing that yoga prop, whatever it is. Your legs may start to shake. That is just fine. Push down more through the soles of your feet here. We are here for 3 more breaths. Keep your chin jutting up toward the ceiling so we still keep that neutral neck. Squeeze your block. Sit bones toward the yoga prop. Lengthen the lower back here. Take one final inhale. Please notice how open you are now from your knees to your shoulders. Arms come out. Keep squeezing the yoga prop. Slowly roll your spine back down to the ground, and when your hips touch, take a deep breath in. Great job. Take your prop out from between your knees. Take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, we're going to cross our right knee now over our left knee. Pick up your left foot and take your left hand now to the center of your right thigh. You could do a twisted root position, taking your right foot back behind your left Achilles tendon here. Push your left hand onto your right thigh, right hand on top of left. Take an inhale. Exhale, squeeze those inner thighs together. Pull your sit bones up toward your knees, hollowing out the lower abdomen. You want to feel like your hip bones are cinching together and that the lower belly, everything below the belly button is working. Take another inhale here. Exhale, push, hands into thighs, thighs back into hands, hollow out the belly. If you want to, you can work your abdominal wall as well, lifting your head and shoulders off the floor. Hands push into thighs, thighs push back into that pressure. Deep breath in, lift the shoulder blades even higher. Exhale, really push. Hands into thighs, thighs into hands, hollow out, draw navel down, and release. Good. Untuck your toes if you've tucked them back, and draw both knees over to the left side of the room now. If this is too much on your back, please just uncross your legs. Otherwise, keep them crossed. Turn your head to look over your right shoulder and start to work your right shoulder blade down into the ground. Take a huge breath into the right side of your lower back. If you want to include your neck in this, you are turning your head over your right shoulder. I'm not, because I want to be able to speak to you. But really here again, this is a nice way to just mobilize your neck. You can even turn your head side to side here slowly. Slowly, slowly, right? Do not forget to breathe here. Take another strong inhale. Notice where the potential for expansion lies. Take a stronger, longer exhale. See if you can go just a little further still. Uncross your legs. Bring your knees back up over your hips. And placing the right foot down to the floor for a moment, cross your left knee over your right. Take a full breath here. And exhale now to bring your right foot off the floor. Right hand to the center of your left thigh, left hand on top of right. Push your hands into your thighs and push your thighs back into that pressure. Again, you can do twisted root by tucking your left toes back behind your right Achilles tendon. Push hands into thighs. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Point your sit bones up towards your knees here. Hollow out the lower abdomen. Take a deep breath in. If you'd like to, you can lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the floor as well. But do keep pushing, right? Hands into thighs, thighs back into hands. Draw navel down. You have a nice view there. Again, let the fleshier part of your body do what it needs to do. But make sure that the muscle itself is pulling down. And you can see that happening. Keep pushing. Hands into thighs, thighs back into hands. Squeeze the inner thighs. Scoop the pelvis off the floor. And release. Good. Untuck your toes if you were in twisted root. And draw both knees over to the right side. Chest is opening. And spine is twisting and lengthening at the same time. Your inhale is reminding you to lengthen your spine. We're not twisting anymore on the inhale. The exhale is when you try to go further, right? See if there's any more range of motion you can get out of this pose. On your next breath, you're inhaling directly to the stretch. And right now, it's the left side of our lower back, right? This part of the back. You can increase that by taking the left side of the pelvis, the back of your pelvis, further away from your lower ribs. And the way that you get that to happen is with an inner thigh engagement and by pointing your left sit bone towards your left knee. Right, your left shoulder blade is rooting down and your head is turning to look over your left shoulder. Or if you'd like to, again, move your head side to side just as slowly as you possibly can, right? Because it's not about just flipping our neck side to side. It's about looking for range of motion that we can uncover here with this subtle movement and with this slow movement. And we're also asking the joints to just be a little more flexible and the muscles to let us be a little more mobile, right? Take one final exhale, squeeze those inner thighs together, uncross your legs and bring your knees back up over your hips. Now rocking side to side again. This time we're going to rock across the back of the pelvis. Your arms will just reach out to either side of the room. Your chest is open. And we're moving slowly again. Inhale with your knees at center. Exhale, take your knees all the way over to the left. Let the legs hover there about 6 inches off the floor. And check in with your shoulder blades here. Make sure that your shoulder blades, both of them, are still on the mat. On your next exhale, extend your top leg, your right leg straight. Exhale, engage Uddiyana Bandha. Really find that internal engagement. And while you're engaging, you're going to bring the legs very fluidly up over your hips again. Bend your right knee. Keep your left knee bent. Keep your knees over your hips. Take an inhale. Exhale, both knees over to the right. Let your legs hover about 6 to 8 inches away from the floor, if not closer. Inhaling here, chest is open, both shoulder blades are on the floor. Extend your left leg to the right wall. And exhale, engage first. Once you feel that internal engagement, you're going to bring the legs up. If you want to go a little further, bend your left knee, extend your right leg at this point. Exhale, both legs over to the left. Chest stays open toward the sky. Let the legs hover. Take your inhale. Exhale, engage internally. Plug in. Remember when we found that deeper plugging in, right? Find that here again. And bring the legs fluidly up over your hips. Change legs. Left leg extends. Right knee bends. Exhale, both legs over to the right. Both shoulder blades are still on your mat. Your arms are totally relaxed. Your arms don't have to help you, and your core can help you. Take a strong exhale. Find that inner strength and use that strength to move your legs fluidly over your hips. If you'd like to go further, still do one more set with both legs straight. Exhale, both legs over to the left. Go as far as you can without your shoulder blade coming off the floor. Stay right there. Take your inhale. Exhale. Find your core engagement first. Learn to plug into your inner strength. Use your inner strength to move your body freely through space. Take another inhale at center and exhale both legs over to the right. Slowly, slowly. Keep your left shoulder blade on the ground. When it starts to come up, stay right there. Take your inhale. Good. Exhale, engage. Plug in and bring your legs slowly back over your hips. One more inhale here. Fantastic. Now exhale. Bring your legs in as straight as you can get them towards your torso. Where is my yoga prop? Bring your prop underneath your pelvis, whatever it is, pillow, bolster, block, rolled up mat, or whatever. Bring your legs straight again, up over your hips, and maybe over your eyes. Decide to go from here, either stay here or go into a plow pose or a shoulder stand. You can move into a Upavishta Konasana position here. You could do one leg forward and one leg back here, and then switch sides. Right, whatever you would like to do, just be inverted. And be with your breath. Again, when we're upside down, we're in really, again, we're in a very precarious position. Yoga puts us in a lot of precarious positions. I don't know if you've noticed that or not, but I've been noticing lately that almost every single pose puts you in precarious positions. And I believe that it is kind of a practice for life. You know, we find ourselves in these precarious positions off of our mat as well. This is our practice, our opportunity to meet that precarious situation with equanimity. Right? And there's a lot of precariousness going on in this world right now. So can we practice on our mat the response that we're going to have when we find ourselves thrown off balance the next time? Now, just letting this inversion Cleanse your cellular body a little more. Think of using a strong exhale here to slowly bring the legs up over your hips. Once the heels are over the sit bones, take an inhale, and then take the entire exhale to lower your legs all the way, slowly, all the way down to the floor. When the heels touch, take a deep breath in. You'll notice that you're in another back bend now. Spread your arms out and spread your legs out. And if you wanted to do more of a Charlie Chaplin pose, you can bring your heels to touch each other, your toes are out, and then slide the heels to where your legs are almost straight. Either way. Find your breath. If this is too intense, if your body feels too exposed or open, or if it's just too much on your back, take the prop out from underneath you. And then do the same pose, either star pose or Charlie Chaplin, which I think in Sanskrit is Setu Bandhasana, but don't quote me on that. And whatever pose that you do find yourself in, take at least 3 more of the deepest breaths possible. After these last 3 breaths, I'm going to let you, just as we always do, just drop into a very subtle breathing practice. But 3 more of the deepest, longest inhales possible, and the longest, strongest exhales possible. And see if you can get more breath into the back of your body. And then you can decide how you would like to take these final moments. If you want to do a few more rocking side to sides, if you want to do another yoga pose, if you want to just extend out into Shavasana, please do. Make sure that you are warm and comfortable. Take the time to get warm and comfortable. Take an extra blanket or an extra piece of clothing. Shake out your body, rock side to side, move in whatever way makes sense. And then be still. As you find the breath slowing down and becoming very much more subtle, I'd like to end our practice with a quote by Chogyam Trungpa. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly either. I hope I'm getting somewhere close. Chogyam Trungpa. He's a Buddhist monk, I believe. I'm going to check on that for next time. But he says, warriorship is so tender. Without skin, without tissue, naked and raw. Warriorship is soft and gentle. Warriorship means you have renounced putting on a new suit of armor. You have renounced growing a thick, hard skin. You are willing to expose naked flesh, bone, and marrow to the world. In other words, you're willing to be open, to be receptive, to not be closed down, to not compress our soul into one tiny space, but instead to find a way to be more at ease in this openness. Warriorship is softness. Practice being soft and open, receptive, and expansive for just a few more moments of your practice. And I'm going to let you rest for as long as you would like to. Thank you so much for being here to practice with me tonight. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Namaste. Please rest for as long as you would like. Thank you, Joanne. Namaste to you too. And Joanne says namaste to everybody.